Hello, in this video we will try to prepare this ESP32 development board that we designed in KiCad for manufacturing and SMD assembly with JLCPCBs. So we will need to create Gerber files and BOM in order to have SMD assembly as well. So let's begin. But before all that, let's first double check one thing. We should check these design rules and basically just run DRC. Here I have a couple of warnings, but that are all regarding the silk screen, so I think this is not too important. You can change design rules by going to the board settings and in designer rules paragraph and change these constants here. To what value you have in JLCPCBs, you have a tab called capabilities, and here you can find all the required values for these checks. Okay, after some debugging, I figured out that I missed a couple of steps. So basically, they are inside PCB. We need to set this origin point, and that can be easily done by selecting this part. So if I can select to this would be our, let's say, 0 coordinate, and we need to place that one in the bottom left corner of our PCB. So I will select this and place it here. And now this is our origin. Now, when generating Gerber files, we need to select use drill/place file origin. So this wasn't selected as default. Now we can also go to here and select component placement, and here we would like also to select use drill/place file origin, so that we have both of our files with the same origin. Next one is again simple. We need to export BOM. So by simply going to here and selecting this export script, we will have our BOM. And if we generate now, and if we open our BOM, we can see that here something is missing, and that is basically this vendor part. So, and we can set this vendor part as our KiCad ID. So, for example, for this component, we have this KiCad part number, which is this. So if we just add one field to all of our symbols in our schematic with a vendor and corresponding ID, we will have, I think, everything that we need. So let's start by doing that. Let's go from the top to the bottom. So for example, we have this Schottky diode, and as well I added the link to JLCPCB, so this is now very easy for me because I need just to take the last part of it and create the vendor field with a capital V. So we need to update every component, feed the vendor field, which is basically this. With this, we will have everything that we need in our BOM for JLCPCBs. So now, when every component has that field, let's try to generate BOM. Select this second one, so group value, generate. And now we can double check. So yes, and basically here we have now our vendor field, and every component should have one corresponding to this, instead of course J1 and J3, which are through-hole pin headers that can be done via JLCPCBs. So either we can remove this line or just leave it as is, but we have everything else installed. So of course, let's double check here like this. Exactly. So yeah, we have this single row pin headers, but for that we don't need any part. So now we have our BOM, and let's group everything in JLCPCB folder and call this BOM. Okay. Now we are done with our schematic, so we should open our PCB editor, where we added the origin pin, and now we can start by creating everything else. So go to fabrication output, Gerber files, and please select use drill place file origin. This is important part that I missed. So place plot. Now let's create right away the generate drill files, so you can open that dialog by simply clicking on here, or you can go to fabrication options, drill files. So here again, just select the same option, and everything else is okay. Generate drill files and generate map files. So now, when we have everything for this, we can select everything here, right click, send to compress zip, and call it Gerber. So now we are done with this as well, and one more thing is left for us to do. So to go to the fabrication options, component placement, and here we would like to export again using drill place file origin. Generate file, close. So now here we have everything that we need. So we have BOM file, we have our Gerber file, and of course we have our component placement file. We have two component placement files, but our components are on top side, so we will use only this one. Now, when that is done, I found this article exactly from JLCPCB support, and we need to modify our pick and place file a bit. So what we need to do is basically just adopt a couple of headers here. So instead of ref, we should use a designator. Instead of position X, we should use mid-X, position epsilon, mid-epsilon, and rotation and layer. So let's edit our top pick and place file. So instead of ref, we should type and now save. Now we should have everything that we need. So let's now simply log into your JLCPCB account and go to order now. We can we can import our Gerber files. So we see now that it seems to be working. So let's go over the settings. We should use 2 layers type, minimum amount of PCB. I think industrial commercial electronics is fine. Only one design, single PCB, PCB thickness I think will not affect our price. So let's leave it to the default. We can choose the color of it. I think white looks pretty good, or maybe black, but let's see. Regular print screen. I would like to have this LED-free surface finish, but we will see about that as well. And one thing that I would like to select, so for this remove order number, I would not say no, specify an location. So because as you remembered, I added this this text in the sales screen under our ESP32. So JLCPCBs will now know that in that part they should place our order number. Additional options we don't need to touch. Now we would like to go to the PCB assembly part, and now we would like to have economy top side, only 2 of them to be assembled. Tooling holes. For this project I didn't add tooling holes. Tooling holes should be basically a couple of holes that with which we mount our PCB in order to have this pick and place manufacturing process. So, but for this one I will use JLCPCBs to add those tooling holes. And I would like to confirm parts that I'm selecting. Or yes. Confirm. Now we need to upload BOM and our pick and place files. So let's do that. BOM, pick and place file. And here we need to select for what purpose we are using this project. In my purpose we are using for research, and this is basically development board. Click on next. Now JLCPCBs will go over everything and select what parts are we needing, and basically we now have something like this. Can we find something else to replace this? So let's select this search part. I need 5 times 5. So can I select this one? Yes. And this is okay. So just to double check. Yeah, this is exactly what I need. So I think that fix this. So I just change parts to use this one. The footprint is the same because I know that I used 5 times 5 mil for our LED. So I think we should be good to go now. One part is not selected, that is correct. And now we can click on next. And now we have our board as JLCPCB sees it. But we can right away notice some deviations. So for example, our ESP32 is pushed up a bit, and something like this. Our our capacitor is not oriented correctly here. This one is okay. As well as our diode, our ESD protection isn't placed correctly. And again, our USB-C connector is a bit moved down. So now what we need to do is basically modify our place file in order to fix everything here. So we can start, for example, by fixing our main component, and that is ESP32. So we can find it here, and now we can just check these numbers here. So we should basically decrease our epsilon value. And by how much? Maybe we can determine that by going to actually our KiCad and maybe just taking a measurement from edge to, I think, the third one. But let's double check. So if we just take this line, 1, 2, this edge should be here. So if I just take now the measurement from this part to this part, we can see that this is something around 3.562 mils. So go to our file, go to our U2 and decrease 49.53 minus 3.562. And now we would have something like this. Save. And now let's try right away to import this update file and see the difference. So go here, we need to go one step back again, and we need to update this file. So let's just try to add a new file. Let's go one step back. Now we can just click on next. Update again our new file, so you can see that is current time here, and our BOM. Again, go to the research development, update. This is now everything okay. I need to update this one as well. So basically, search just different one, select next, and now let's see. Did we make the correction for ESP32? So I think that we need to push it a bit more down, but I think that we are on the good track. So again, we have our pad a bit above our placement. So, but we now know how to fix this. So we need to check for every component this placement. Save, and let's maybe do for the last time. Go back, go back, go back. Let's now double check all our settings here. So we would like to do 2 layers. This is all good. Black, white is too expensive, so let's select black. So let's select black, white, lead free, specific location for order number. This is okay. Assembly, economy, top side, only 2 should be assembled. Tooling holes as well. Confirm. And now let's finally add one last time our BOM and our placement files. Development board, next. Next. So I think this would look something like this. So we fixed ESP32. Here we didn't have any problems, but let's double check. Here as well, everything I think it's placed correctly. Our LED diode is correct. T1, C4, C3, U1. From this side it looks okay. Let's just check 3D. Let's rotate this a bit so that we can see the pins. And I think now we are okay. So now this is excellent. And I think if you just go to 2D, zoom out, that now we can save the card. So now we have, let's say, our 2 things. We have our PCB prototype and we have our economy assembly with, let's say, with all parts here. For me, this is a bit too much for only 2 boards. This is okay, but yeah, let's see how we can do everything like this from JLCPCBs, and maybe is it cheaper to do soldering by yourself, and what is the quality? So I would then basically take 2 boards from JLCPCBs, whole assembled, and maybe I would try to assemble 1 or 2 or 3 boards by myself and see what is best. This is, let's say, not cheap, but let's see. So now here we have in our shopping cart this, and the only part that is left for us to do is to check out. But this is all for this video. See you in the next one.